All right, let's clap it up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Episode 54 of the Five Side Podcast. Today, you are joined by
What's going on? Seb.
Kendrick.
Gabriel.
Josh.
We got a lot to
Yes,
talk
sir.
about
Yes,
today.
sir.
Crazy week in the Champions League. Crazy week in the Europa League. A lot of women's football action. A lot of hate on our comments about the U.S. We'll get to that too. But we're going to start off with our question of the week. Eid Mubarak to all who celebrate. We just got through the holy month of Ramadan.
That's true.
One of the biggest things about this was seeing how much it was embraced in footy in terms of fasting and players breaking fast during the match. So just seeing how it was embraced this season versus other seasons. We can also talk about France and a little bit of the negativity there.
Yep.
Just your overall thoughts on how it was this year compared to others.
I'll say that I think at least in my life, this year has been the year where I feel like football embraced Ramadan like the most ever. And I think that's a really good thing because it helps to bridge the gap that a lot of maybe cultures can have in terms of not understanding the reasons why certain cultures do certain things, and the fact that football can be used as a tool for the fans who don't know about Muslim practices and like Islamic practices to then hear about, okay, I'm at this Everton match, and for some reason it's being stopped as the sun is setting. Why is that? Oh, I'm seeing Onana just have like a little bit of food, a little bit of water, and then get back to playing. I realize that it's just like something that is respectful to his faith. We can all respect it with like minimal change to how my life needs to be led, and still have this person practice what he believes in. So I think like that is extremely powerful because the fact that leagues and matches are literally being stopped in respect for other people's religions shows how tolerance is actually very easy. Then you can see what happens in France and how what is something that's really easy when it isn't done becomes really hateful and like very difficult.
And talk about that. In
Well
kind of
said, well said,
Yeah.
bro.
So in France, and to give France a little bit of bail, like because we should give like all the facts.
Context. Yeah.
They're a secular country, so they don't allow religious practice in public, or like what's the word? Clear and obvious religious symbols to be worn in public, or clear and obvious religious activities to be done in public. So, for example, if you were a Catholic priest and like you have the sort of like the neck collar that friars wear, you wouldn't be allowed to wear that in public. And so, to be fair, it
I have a
is
question.
across the board. Yeah, go ahead.
Because people wear hijabs in France.
Yeah, I don't
Yes,
know. I don't
but
know
it's-
if that's true. I
it's-
don't know if that's true.
So,
I know what you're trying to say,
Mhm.
but I think you're meaning to word it differently.
What do
I
you
think by secular, it's more so like they can't impose religious ideas or practices
At a
like
public
on
event.
everyday life,
Yeah.
or like public institutions like sports or school and things like that. Not so much like you can't wear like religious garb or like express your religion in public.
sorry, not in public. Sorry, in it's I think it's in schools and in private
Yeah,
places.
like public,
Yeah, that-
like public spheres of life.
I mean in schools.
public
yeah.
institutions.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Public
Yeah.
institution.
So I just wanted to make it clear that it's not just specifically targeting like Islam.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
like so yeah, if you're in a school, you can't like dress as a nun or as a friar, like as an educator. You can't do stuff like
Right.
that.
You can wear hijab though.
I think so, but I think the line is like it's like frowned up. I'm guessing. I think it's frowned upon and it's a little bit like edgy and like touchy. In regards to Ramadan and how the French have treated
Is
Ramadan,
that enough for you?
Huh?
like we can talk. I can.
No, I'm
look it
just
up.
curious, bro. Like I'm
Is that
actually,
enough for you?
Yeah.
'Cause I think it's secular in the way that the
Yeah.
U.S. is secular. right?
Okay.
In the sense that like you can't be in public school forcing kids to like read the
Yeah,
Bible
of course.
or like say a prayer, but like
I just
you're
know
allowed
that
to be
you
like,
have
I'm a
to-
Christian like in
So
school.
in 2010, the French Parliament banned the burqa, which is a full body covering,
Okay.
but the ban does not cover the hijab.
See, I knew that. I was gonna say you can't just go to school and not wear.
In
your hijab.
April of
There's no way it was that.
2011,
We
in
would've heard
April,
about that.
in April of 2011, France became the first European country to impose a ban on full face veils in public areas.
That's crazy. Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Sheesh. But yes, get to
Yeah.
your
So,
point.
so
We care
this,
about accuracy on these.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good, it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
This national sentiment towards religious practices also extends to football and Ligue 1 and the French national team. So Ligue 1 did not allow any French players to take breaks. A lot of clubs actually didn't allow their players to even fast during Ramadan. The French national team, certain players refused to even play for the French national team, or the youth national team, because they weren't allowed to practice their religious rites and fast during Ramadan if they wanted to play for the French team. It's tough because that's like the kind of the founding things that their country was built on, and it's like for historical sense, like it was purely based on the fact that the Christian religion was too imposed on their governmental system, and so they want to separate all religion from like anything that has to do with representations of the country. But then when it comes to something that's very like meaningful to Muslims, that rule ends up kind of shooting them in the foot, and they end up looking terrible. I think that it doesn't cost anything to change rules based on precedent and just put a little bit of thought into things. Like oftentimes when you make rules that are very, very hard drawn, you end up running into issues like that.
Yeah.
Where what you think will work for everything actually ends up hurting you instead of helping you.
Yeah.
So
I think, too, countries have to update their mentality
Yep.
because when that was created, they did not have the amount of Muslims that they have now. When you think about how much immigration has occurred in France, the growth of the Muslim population, that's just something that you're going to have to adjust to. I personally think, too, it's a little bit of a slap in the face thinking about how many, Arab and Muslim players have been key to the French national success.
Yeah.
For their 2 World Cups, 1998 and 2018 as well, and the players all over the league. And for something that's so minimal,
Yeah, it costs
and
nothing.
really that action does not impose anything on anybody observing. You're just observing somebody doing their thing.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
not telling you that you have to be part of Ramadan and you have to be fasting or anything like that. And I think that to have everyone else in the world do it,
Yeah.
and to have you not, ironically in France, because that's probably one of the most Muslim leagues in Europe, at least of the big 5 leagues, it statistically is, and their national team. I just think it's a little bit of a slap in the face to those people, and I hope they can update that law, because just because a law was founded way back when does not mean it applies now, which is a huge argument we have in the U.S. How do we not update our shit? That's from 16 whatever it is, which leads us to laws that are no longer applicable because the world is completely different. So that's kind of my view on it.
I'll definitely say lastly, with there just being more visibility within sports in general, it's really cool to see when clubs highlight coaches, celebrating, with their players, for instance, whether breaking fast later or obviously with the month ending. And so that's been real cool to see as well.
Yeah. But overall, I think it's been, the embrace of the footy world's been great to see. France is just that one negative spot, which they often tend to be with these conversations, unfortunately.
France K.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. We had an amazing Champions League week. Those games were absolutely crazy.
This is the best
quarterfinals ever.
Yeah.
that
I think
I've
that's-
seen in my
What's
life.
the minimum amount of goals that were scored in a match?
3.
Yeah.
2-1 Atletico. Yep.
It's good. That was a good game.
In terms of goals, in terms of matchups, in terms of storylines, this is probably the most exciting quarterfinals I've witnessed in my lifetime.
that's right.
At least off the top.
off
Specifically quarterfinals,
off the
I
top,
don't think.
off the top of my
Off the
head.
top. Yeah,
been a
obviously it
while.
takes a lot of research, whatever.
But it
to
takes a
have
while.
4 really good games, really good matchups, storylines, drama, back and forth,
To
the
add-
types of goals. This was great.
To add in as well, the way each game has left off has led for a good second leg.
Exactly.
Which
Like,
is
No 4-0s, no
Crazy.
0-0s, boring kind of.
We're all on the edge of our seats still.
Facts.
fiending,
Fiending, bro.
Games. Before we get into
Yeah.
the games themselves, what was y'all's favorite goal from this past week?
Objectively or as a fan? I can give both.
Personally, what was your
Personally, definitely Fede Valverde 3-3. First off, when Vinny got
it was crazy.
that joint was crazy. When Vinny
think
got the ball
objectively,
there,
that goal was
and
crazy.
he put the cross in, usually looking a little bit further towards the box. The way he kind of hooked it back left, I'm like, fuck, that's too far. And then Fede Valverde coming out of nowhere with a bomb, bro. I've been telling y'all since we started this pod,
First time.
his shooting technique.
No, everybody knows. Everybody
Unbelievable.
knows.
But that's when he started going crazy consistently, bro. What a goal. What a time to do it. Madrid just always has the most cardiac arrest games ever. Shit can never be fucking simple.
Of course.
But what a goal. The other one I would say more from a purely objective standpoint, maybe Phil Foden's. That was absolutely ridiculous.
That was, it is
And then
calm.
Vardiol, come on,
That's
bro.
what I was gonna say.
Why?
Guardiola
The
was my
most
favorite.
random center, bro. He don't do that
that was-
ever
that was
in
his
his
first
life.
goal for
Yes.
City?
Yeah.
Smacked it.
But
bro.
that's when I'm just like, all right.
Like, yo.
But I'm just like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
What you want me to do?
Everybody's
And we
a
don't have
baller,
Courtois
bro.
either. Not that he would have stopped it, but he's a little bit better than Lunin because the first goal he probably should have saved. But
No, that's the thing.
so those are my 2 best goals. Yeah, fuck. Dude.
I'll say for me too as well. I mean, not in terms of my favorite just yet, but Foden's one for me was just like, all right, like I said, everybody's a baller. That's muscle memory.
Yeah.
He's done that mad
Yeah,
times.
exactly.
Almost like he heard Saka scored.
Okay,
Yeah,
type
definitely,
shit.
definitely, bro,
Type shit.
definitely.
That's how it runs.
I got some shit. I got a lot of compliments for Foden coming up, but what about you?
No, hold on. I
Oh,
got
my
my
fault.
favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
so my favorite definitely personally would be what you call Verdes as well.
Yeah.
I'm saying from Madrid, but I'm really happy for Rafinha.
Fact.
Needed that.
I want
bro.
him. I want him to do well. Like
He
you
got
know,
the braids, bro. That's a cheat code.
No.
First
I'm saying.
time. I think he just got him. Yeah.
bro. You know what I'm saying? So to see him do that, he actually posted, or not? He posted his celebration was Neymar's old celebration,
Neymar commented.
which was the whole thing. And then
Yeah.
Neymar commented as well. Obviously, it was between his both clubs. So
Yeah.
need Rafinha to get back to his
Yeah.
Leeds form.
Yeah, he's not had a very good season, but what a time to do it.
I need
This
it.
is
bro.
what Barca's season comes down to because
How
La
did you-
Liga's probably out of
Yeah, yeah.
This is it. So he got it
Dembele
done.
celebrated against
Bro,
Barca. He don't.
Yeah.
He don't give
I
a
was
fuck.
gonna
We got to
bro.
get into that too,
Bro, I
but
was gonna say Dembele's was my favorite goal. Cause I
Yeah.
was like, bro, like he's been getting shit on for years, bro.
and he got shit on
And
for
the
that
one
moment
time,
too.
Exactly. And the one time that like Mbappe is mute in the UCL, he scored. I was
Balled
like,
out.
Yo, like no one can say shit to him.
Yeah.
Bro.
So
Like,
how did you feel about Dembele celebrating?
I didn't think it was like, because we had the discussion about like celebrating on
Yep.
your parents'
Yep.
home country or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
I don't see what's wrong with it, bro. Like he was getting shit on at Barca as well,
he was.
and like they were mad at him because like he was injured and he was getting paid during that
Yeah.
time when he was injured.
Eating
He didn't
pizzas
want to
at
be
home.
hurt.
Yeah,
Think about how badly he was at Barcelona, bro. Think about how badly he wanted to be on the pitch. So
Mhm.
for him, it's like, all right, like that was probably a very dark time in his career. He scored a goal in the UCL quarterfinal. Well, I'm supposed to be like, nah, let me
Yeah.
chill. Nah, you
I think
excited,
passion
bro.
gets the most of you in those moments too. Like as a competitor, I think it's very hard to think about that used to be my former employer and those are my former.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm trying to win the Champions League.
Yeah, bro.
It
Paris'
depends.
first
And it's
ever.
a completely
Obviously,
different Barca side than
Yeah.
the one that he played for.
It is.
So it's
All
not
these
like
new
he-
17-year-olds,
No,
16-year-olds.
it's
You
not
don't know
like this is
Lamine?
his old- like his old peoples that's like
Yeah.
he's mad close with.
Some
Like,
maybe, but yeah.
It's all about
Facts.
relationship. I'll definitely say I don't know if people commented on it, but Barcelona, I don't know if it was Xavi, somebody basically
Right.
the viewpoint was that they tried to take care of Dembele while he was there. And
Yeah.
whatnot. But obviously like the media perception wasn't the best. We all know Dembele is very, very talented, but you could see that like he wasn't thinking about nothing. Like the celebration was
Yeah.
too much. Like
That's
even
raw energy, bro.
bro, I feel like also like you said being the Champions League because like when Depay came
I
to
gotta
United,
rewatch it.
Yeah.
when Depay came to United the season after he left PSV. He celebrated right against PSV, and
Yeah.
he went back to PSV as well. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To like get his own ceremony, all these type of things. So I really think the moment.
Yeah.
Imagine working the whole week to score a goal, and you score a goal. Bro.
Yeah.
Your head is gone.
Do y'all remember Adebayor's celebration for Man City against Arsenal?
That's a fact.
Ran the length of the field.
Now, that's
That
personal.
is crazy.
That's
And
personal.
that is personal.
Yeah,
Whew. Now that's different. That's what they call shithousery
Yeah.
in the sport.
it's true.
But I think just purely a normal,
Feo.
passionate team celebration.
He scored
Yo.
a banger, bro.
Yeah, he
Did
did.
with the right.
Nah, it was hard, bro.
Big left foot into
Bro,
the
his
top
level of
corner. I
ambidextrity
was like,
is
what?
is crazy.
How you supposed to be calm like
Yeah.
that? He jumped up in the air. He said, oh.
What he's supposed to do?
He said, oh.
Yeah, come on.
Bon Dieu.
That's crazy. Ale, at least,
Nah,
bro.
bon
come
Dieu,
on.
bon Dieu.
Oh, bon Dieu. Okay.
Yeah, bro. He was
Crying, bro.
He had lost.
That's so.
Nah, chill.
Seb, you said your favorite goal?
Probably Dembele.
Dembele as well. Cool. You ready to get in these games then?
Yep.
All right, we can start with Arsenal 2-2 versus Bayern Munich, and guess who scored for Bayern
He scored a
Munich?
penalty. He scored a penalty.
Harry, that doesn't
He scored a
matter, bro.
penalty.
A goal is a goal. Your
Nah,
boy
nah,
Cole
nah, nah,
Palmer
nah.
on that Chelsea
He scored-
team scores a lot of penalties, so don't do that.
Fucking weak.
No.
That's a
but-
fact too.
All right.
What's
well,
his non-penalty goals? Anyways, he scored. We said it was gonna happen.
You said it was gonna happen.
Nah,
You-
it's a fact.
No,
I
it's
said-
what-
I
Yo,
said-
I won't-
Arsenal fans are crazy.
like you.
They tweaked out
Thank you.
just for saying, "Yo, Harry Kane's gonna score." Like, bro, relax.
They're fans,
And he
bro.
scored.
They're fans.
But like, bro, I'm a Real Madrid fan. If you said Foden was gonna score, I was like, he might. Yeah, he might.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
it's
the trauma.
okay,
It's the
bro.
trauma. It's
It
the
is
trauma.
definitely
Everybody's-
trauma.
Not everybody's level-headed.
I've really realized that through this podcast.
They got scored on by Kane, former Tottenham, Gnabry.
Nabry
Arsenal.
too, who's
was a
out though.
penalty,
He just
though.
got hurt.
Which is another thing.
unfortunately.
Nabry celebrated as well, which some people are like, but
Yeah.
at the same time, his relationship isn't the same. If we're gonna talk about that type of matchup, though,
Yeah,
I will say it's good to see the conversation we had before. Obviously, where Bayern's at now, where Arsenal's at now. Arsenal could get past them, bro. And then the conversation is how far can Arsenal go? Like,
second leg in Allianz though.
Yeah, the thing about that matchup,
They should have won
is
that.
Arsenal will look a lot shakier than I thought they were going to be. And the thing is, like, they've been relying on that back two this whole season.
Yeah.
Bro, both of them crumbled. Both of them.
Y'all thought Saliba was
Got-
fucking
got-
2019
Bro, because
DVD or
in the
something.
Prem, both of them they gave up like 5 goals in the last fucking
It's
like.
different in Europe. They've never played Champions League together.
I know, but
That's a big
Also,
deal. It's a
Munich
big
is
deal.
playing for their lives. They ain't got shit else to
Yeah.
do.
Nah, it's
What?
fine.
They ain't got shit
I
else to do.
was just sad because I was upping him that whole episode.
I know.
And then
I said
fucking
that.
Gabriel slipped and gave up the first goal, and then Saliba gave up.
Yeah,
Made
they
a tackle
could.
that
They,
gave up to the
yeah.
penalty.
Sane was gonna walk it in. Sane wasn't even gonna. He was going to walk it in.
Like-
Sane's nice,
I
bro.
was
I like
like-
seeing Sane in
I was
form
like,
too.
damn.
So just quickly, let's go
Yeah.
around. Who do you think is gonna go through?
I still got Arsenal.
Bayern Munich, especially with the
Wow.
second leg at home.
Who will go? I want Arsenal to go through as far as they can and lose.
The reason why I think Bayern will go through is because they deserve it. Because there was a penalty that was not given. The boy picked the ball up with his hands in the box during a match. That is a penalty. I don't know what to tell you.
Yo, in the
I
clip,
don't
you might have to
remember.
run that video. I didn't actually see
I don't
that.
You didn't see that? All right, we'll
No.
pause for
First
a
or
second.
second?
Nah,
half?
you're good, bro.
First
we can
is-
add it later, but
First or second half?
So essentially, what happened was it was Bayern Arsenal penalty handball.
shout out Saka though. There's been hate about him not
So
always playing in the big
essentially,
games. I thought
Arsenal.
he balled out.
So
Yeah.
the ball is in play, and Gabriel, the ball's in play, and Gabriel picks the ball up with his hands to put it onto the line
yeah,
to take the goal kick. But the ball's in play.
yeah, that's it.
All right, Seb.
So
Alright,
If
I
the
understand.
ball is in play, that is a
Like the ball, I
Like,
feel you. No,
okay.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I know it's kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever.
Next.
But
technically
the ball
speaking.
is like the ball is
All
in
right,
play.
yeah, let's play by the book.
Seb just say be sharp.
yeah.
Just stay sharp.
You're literally a dad for that.
The ball is in play.
That's like a father comment, bro.
all I'm saying.
Okay,
Technically, he
yeah.
was.
No, it's not technically.
It is
Like the ref didn't blow the whistle.
No, the ref didn't see it.
Oh, that's insane. VAR, what are y'all doing in the booth, bro? This nigga
I know,
smoking
but it's
hookah,
not.
the
It's
fuck?
not technically. Like he picked up the ball with his hands and put it on the.
That's a
Bro, but it's a similar thing to like the
Yeah, niggas
throw-ins.
will
Yeah.
shit in there, bro.
Like you
But
pick
it's-
up the ball before it goes out
But
of
it's,
bounds.
but it's in the box.
I know, but that's
It's in a box.
that's silly, bro. That's
Okay.
silly.
All right.
I understand, but that's silly.
Once again, though, I just want to shout out Saka. There's been a lot of criticism on like, can he play in these big games, whatever.
Yes.
He's doing his thing in big games. Really nice finish there. He scored some big pens now. He's a big game player to me. So shout out Saka.
Yes.
2-2. Gave our review.
It's okay.
Moving on. Real Madrid 3, Man City 3. Absolutely ridiculous
What a
game.
game.
90 seconds in. What the fuck was
the
that?
best game out of all.
Definitely the best game. Lived up to the hype. Ridiculous goals. Comeback, counterattack versus possession.
3 goals in
Bombers.
the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
14, I think. Something like that.
Crazy.
Absolutely ridiculous. Everyone showed out. Everyone balled out.
It's mad.
Thoughts?
It's just funny to see like when Pep be scoring, like Man City be scoring, Pep be hype.
Yeah.
When Madrid score, you can see the PTSD.
Oh, that
because
nigga
he
tight.
knows.
Oh, he knows.
He knows
Yeah.
that Madrid never sleeps, bro.
They don't.
You can't put them down for real.
The fact City can score that fast and Madrid are just winning in 14 minutes, like what the fuck?
Nah, it's interesting.
I
And
thought it was
being-
interesting.
And then 3-2 down. I'm like
playing
that.
playing in that type of game must be very exhilarating.
Yeah.
It's obviously stressful,
It must be.
but it's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's actually like these niggas are gonna score again.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to score again as well.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Everyone's just fucking balling out. It was
Bro.
great. It was great.
But I will say, obviously, the characters that were missing, quote unquote, it was interesting to see Jude's role and
Yeah.
like, you know, obviously the way he integrated or didn't,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
as well as Holland as well. Because like I said, you
We
put a
gonna talk about
Norwegian,
We're going to talk about
two West Africans. Those guys go do you, bro. They did them rough, bro.
Yeah,
Seb's got
we
some-
knew that was gonna happen though.
Yeah.
So,
Bro, they just closed the gap on him.
I mean,
Fun fact, too, the only teams Holland has not scored against in his career is Man City and Real Madrid.
well,
Seb, go ahead.
at least what Pep said to give his player a bit of bail is that in those types of matches, he's not really looking for Holland to score too much as a focal point.
it's fair. It's fair. It's
He's
fair.
What he's-
supposed to say that.
No, of course he's supposed to.
Nah,
do that.
That's a good coach.
No,
That's a
I
good
agree.
coach.
It's a good thing to say.
In the locker room, he
I'm
ain't
not
saying that
looking for
shit.
my forward to score. for the-
Who breaks all the records?
quarterfinals.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, like come
I
on.
wanted
There's
my
no-
center back to score from 35 yards out. Okay.
Yeah, like we're not really looking. We're
But
not looking
so,
for him
but
to do that.
but
Yeah.
the reason why Guardiola takes a bad touch and there's still enough space for him to take a couple steps, shoot the ball, and have no one on him
focus, the focus
is
on-
because the focus is on Holland.
of course.
Yeah, but if
Like-
So
And so in
Then-
sports in general, though, and that's the
Space.
trajectory in a superstar is when people clock you nice, then they develop game plans for you,
Mhm.
and then you're able to show that no game plan works against me. And there's always that transition period that's
Yeah.
very easy because Ronaldo and Messi, nobody can lock them.
period.
You look at other sports, like there's times where the superstar realizes that people are literally shifting. So if Holland realizes that and uses that cool, hopefully there's ways that he can still integrate himself to give an assist or give passes. But that's the thing; he's not a build-up type guy. So
Yeah.
it's an isolation. So is he just gonna take out a defender? Is he
Taking
gonna?
out a defender.
There's a
means-
lot of strikers who can take out a defender.
I
bro.
agree. I agree.
That's
they
the thing.
didn't sign him to
Jose Lu
take out
does that for
defenders.
Real
I
Madrid
know.
because he's a big number 9.
I know.
That's not enough to be
But
like.
to be fair, the Holland's gravity, like we can say that the amount that he scores makes his gravity that much stronger.
Of course.
So the reason why Foden has so much time to curl that shot in, or Guardiola has so much time to hit that shot, is because perhaps the defender is maybe 2 or 3 steps to the left because they're trying to be a little closer to Holland.
Yeah,
So-
no, respect.
Yeah, those direct shots though, they were so far out. That's not as much as like, for instance, when you make a run and create that gap in the middle.
Yeah, but
You
maybe
know
the
what I'm
defender
saying?
chooses not to step up because they think that Holland is there for the pass, turn, shoot. So they choose not. You see what I'm saying?
But I think our outside backs could
I
have guarded
agree,
those
I
better
agree,
too.
I agree.
So
Yeah, no.
But I think as
he
much
does
as
great with the gravity. I
Right.
just think those specific long range goals weren't much
yeah,
Holland.
I think the bottom line is though is that Pep and City did not sign him to drag defenders.
Of course.
I think that's the bottom.
And last season, I mean, bro, he broke everything. They won the treble. So
It's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting. I mean, granted, he can still have a moment where he heads it over Rudiger. I think he can win the man on man, but clearly that's something that I don't know. He just hasn't figured out with that guy.
yeah,
So
predictions.
who do we have? Josh, Real Madrid, City. Who's going through?
You know who I support, man? Madrid,
Uh-huh.
bro. You see the table, man.
Yeah,
You see Nivea. What's going on?
Come on.
Gabe.
Man
I'm going
City.
Real
Why would I want Manchester, bro? Why would I want City to go through?
I'm going with Real Madrid. I just don't think they can guard our counterattack at all. Once Vinny and Rodrigo get flying down the wings,
You're not worried about the atmosphere at the Etihad?
no.
They will atmosphere have some.
I do
yeah.
think
I'm
it's
just
an
asking.
overhated atmosphere, but if anyone can do it, it's Real Madrid. Yeah.
I said City at first, but I think Real put up more of a fight than I thought they were going to be able to. I think if Vinny scores, like the determining factor is whether or not Vinny scores in this next leg.
Or if Vinny gets locked, or if he scores.
Like
Like,
if he scores,
Specifically.
yeah.
why?
Different energy with Vinny.
I just think,
I think,
like
yeah.
I think there's no logic to it.
Okay,
Vibes.
but it's just more so
It'd be
like
like
if
that,
if
though.
he
Part of
gets
it is like the positions that he was kind of forced to play in
Okay, okay.
in the first leg. Like if you look at the goal that Rodrigo scored, Vinny made a pass to Rodrigo from inside of their own half. Like you would think that they would be reversed in that situation. Vinny's like more in like floating in the number 9 up in the number 7
trying to-
position.
yeah.
But like because of City's press and how much they possess, Vinny's like all the way playing most of that game in his own half.
Man.
And so I don't know. I think that's an indicator of like whether or not they're really able to apply that pressure.
Yeah.
They can't guard it though. And if they play 4 center backs again, it's a long day.
Nah, I agree.
They cannot guard it.
But
You
that's-
better get Kyle Walker back, bro.
Yeah.
They cannot run with Vinny, Rodrigo, and Jude.
Low key, is Rodrigo better than Vinny?
No,
So
but he's had a
that's
great
a
season.
conversation. No,
But
no,
like
no.
low key,
That's
No.
a conversation I've had.
every time I watch, he's better.
Bro, there's
Nah,
Yeah,
He
but
hasn't-
I watch them every weekend.
Okay, okay.
Not
I'm
better.
just
Bro.
saying.
But
He's
he's
been kinda-
phenomenal.
He's been kind of quiet this season. too.
Rodrigo?
Yeah.
No, he's balled out.
It
He's
depends
done
on
really
it
well.
depends on what you look for, because Vinny will always be more explosive, and he has a talent, and Vinny's a game changer in that way.
Yeah.
But Rodrigo's like build up. Granted, it's different positioning.
Yeah.
But there's an argument to say that Rodrigo is a better footballer for depending on your need.
He has
Of course.
to prove.
This is everybody.
I don't think that's fair for
Depending
the
on your
seasons Vinny's
I mean,
had.
yeah, but there's some people. Even if
Rudiger
I needed
is
what you could
gonna
offer,
be
I
a
wouldn't
bit-
pick you.
Rudiger is gonna be better for my needs than Holland if I needed
Those are
it.
two different positions. But like, you know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say? Some people, even if I
Kinda.
needed what you offer, I still wouldn't pick you.
I'll say this though. I feel like
Rodrigo's nice.
Rodrigo has
He's
carried in moments. Vinny's had entire seasons where he just completely dominates and is a Ballon d'Or candidate and Champions League winner and La Liga winner and has done it again and again and has had full season bodies of work. He's now in his 3rd straight season where he's getting 30 plus goals and
I
assists.
think one
So-
thing for the argument also, because I low key sometimes am pro
Right?
Rodrigo, but I think one thing that we could say though, even though we're pro Rodrigo, there's things that Vinny could do that Rodrigo might not be able to.
Yeah.
And low key, not that Vinny can't do what Rodrigo does, but if he had to, he might.
Sure.
What's your
Sure.
prediction?
I think if De Bruyne comes back, because that was a big deal that he wasn't there.
We didn't even
Right.
talk about the fact that he wasn't in the first leg.
He wasn't there. He was sick. He had the sniffles.
True.
If he recovers from the sniffles in time,
Yeah, we'll see.
You not afraid of KDB? bro?
Not
We
fresh
beat
off
with-
injury. Not fresh off injury.
Yeah.
no, it's not
He
injury.
came
has
back.
the
He
sniffles.
came back in the Prem off injury.
It's not
and had,
injury.
like a goal.
It's
and
not
assist
injury.
in the first.
It's not
game.
injury. He had a cold. It's not injury.
Just a cold?
Yeah.
Nah,
We'll
I
see.
forgot about that.
That's-
Nah, that's a big.
I
big man.
that's a
personally,
big factor.
I personally think Phil Foden it's getting close to becoming Phil Foden's team. In the
I
next
agree,
couple
but it's not like okay. Now you have Foden and KDB.
of course, but I don't know.
Ooh,
Yeah, you
The
might be
Foden, the
might be
Foden
fucked.
factor to me is more. Adding KDB is
brought
obviously
that
very
up.
difficult, but
Nah.
I don't know.
If
Foden's what got
KD's
me
back,
more.
y'all finish.
No,
We'll see.
We'll see.
KD, I said KD.
It's KD.
Whatever the
Dude,
fuck.
one Tony Kroos.
Hey, Mr.
Kevin Durant.
Kev
Kevin Durant.
No, it's Kevin Durant.
If he's
bro.
back, y'all might be fucked.
I mean, we got Kroos and
But PSG Barca.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Did we all answer for the last one?
What?
Yeah, man, we all
We all said our teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think City will go through. Honestly, I think with De Bruyne back
Yeah.
at home, it's a tough one to deal with.
We'll see.
it's 420.
And I think Pep has
Yeah.
had time to check it out.
Yeah, I started the Treble Winners documentary too. It's just good so
Facts.
far.
Yeah.
It's just good. All right, PSG Barca. That was another crazy game. Probably the second best out of these ties. Barca went up early to make it 1-0. Second half, PSG quickly made it 2-1. And then, Rafinha tied it up 2-2. And then Christensen at the end on his birthday. First touch makes it 3-2. So Barca
That's
gets
Kendrick's
the away
boy.
win, which
Yeah.
is huge.
Huh?
What do y'all think?
That's your boy.
Ooh.
Former Chelsea player, Christensen.
Oh,
Yeah.
So my thing is,
she was meaty.
I think it's
That's
Barca-
your boy.
Barca did not look good enough to beat PSG during the game, and
You
yet
don't
they
think
still
so?
won. No, I don't.
I
think
thought that
so.
was the best I've ever seen Barcelona play like this.
Really?
Well, okay, not in my life, but this season. This season.
Okay.
This
That's fair.
season.
It was their biggest win this year for sure.
Like,
That's
I
a
don't.
good-
I didn't watch them like that, so maybe I'm tweaking. But
What's their
that
biggest
w-
win?
that was the best. Like the pace that they played with,
Yeah.
the way they kind of like outplayed PSG in moments of that
Rafinha
game.
had a good game. which
I
is
I
not
thought that was the
happening.
best game from them.
If I'm honest, like I swear I felt like PSG played much better.
PSG should have
Yeah.
scored more.
I think they should have scored way more. I
Yeah.
thought
in the
they were-
first half.
yeah.
In the second half, Barca
Second
came
half was
with.
a weird half though. It was very disjointed and like
That's
I don't know.
knockout
Like
football, though, isn't
I
it?
agree. I just felt like PSG is the better team. Like
They should
like a lot.
So
better.
this goes to our fan questions.
weird.
We
It was
asked
weird
the Barca
watching it.
fans who are picking all these PSG players as better, but Barca as a unit and how they play the game
sure, yeah.
is more than the PSG individuals.
For sure.
So how is
Sure.
PSG going to play as a
And-
unit?
and what's his-
what's Mbappe going to be doing?
Mbappe.
And Araujo.
That's the question.
Araujo was like everywhere, bro.
Yes.
He was.
He had like fucking 50 block shots in a row, bro. I
When
was
he's
like,
on, he's on.
He's
Yeah.
going crazy, like
He's an athlete.
tracking
He's an
back,
athlete.
yeah,
That's-
sliding everywhere. I was like,
Yeah.
he's all over the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean PSG lost their shape by the end. There was
Yeah.
a point when they were trying to equalize by the end, where I mean you would not know what formation PSG was playing if you were like
Yeah.
viewing from like an aerial view. Like it was like 6 players in the middle, kind of looking like rec soccer,
Yeah.
which is it's so
I
annoying.
also don't know why Asensio started. That might
So
be
It's so
annoying.
annoying.
Annoying
Yeah.
is killing me.
Their
We'll see.
team, their mentality is such like small club minded. Like they just fall apart so easily, and their fans always doing some stupid shit.
The Star Wars thing, you didn't like
God,
that?
it's so
Everyone loves that,
stupid.
bro.
Star Wars?
They did a really big
Tifo,
Star Wars
Tifo.
tifo.
Yeah, but they had
everyone
them as
got hyped.
Yoda. They had them as Yoda, but then Barca as Vader.
Yeah, they're fighting the bad guys. What you mean?
Nah,
But that's like
That's regular fan shit, though. That's
no, but
regular
it's
fan shit.
dumb. Like you
that's
don't.
kind of dumb. You can't. You
But
can't.
fans do like
They had a
the
small-
Battle of the Universe. Like,
It wasn't cool enough for Seb.
No, they
No,
made
it doesn't
Barca
make
way
sense
cooler.
logically. It doesn't make sense logically. Why would you make Barca Darth Vader and you're
because
Yoda?
they're supposed to be the good guys, even
Yeah,
though they're
but that-
definitely Darth Vader.
You see how
Without
it
the
creates-
fucking choke
You see
power.
how it creates argument though. There should not be any
They're
confusion.
Darth Vader with a limp lightsaber.
Like if I'm a little kid, right? Chances are I might think Vader is cooler than Yoda.
Nah, literally,
Like-
literally.
I wonder how kids even view Star Wars. That shit is old. as
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But who we got in the second leg in Barca? Again, they're not in the Camp Nou this season, so it is a slightly reduced capacity. It's not usually 90,000, but who y'all got? And how we felt about Mbappe,
I was gonna say I can't bet against Mbappe. He was kind of quiet,
which
quote
to
unquote.
me means he's erupting.
He was getting
volcano.
He was getting double
Mm-hmm.
teamed.
Yo.
OD.
Hold on.
No Diddy, my fault.
He had some chances that he could have capitalized on. I can't vote against him.
Who's the boy named that locked him? Was it a 17-year-old?
Kubarsi.
Kurasi, right?
It was like on a double team thing though.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like 1-on-1 bear.
That kid is
No.
special though,
I've heard.
bro. Spain, we
Who
got
y'all
fucking
Who y'all
talent.
got?
I got PSG.
I got PSG.
I think this is you talked so well about the Mbappe narrative throughout his career. I think walking into Barcelona, the comeback, cutting it off the left wing, scoring that goal as you're about to go to it just feels like it's that story moment that he can create once again. So I'd probably have to go for that.
Yeah, I think.
And he's not being quiet 2 games in a row.
Yeah,
I don't think
there's
so.
no way Mbappe is quiet 2 games in a row. So
Or he'll go
I-
down
PSG.
swinging on
Yeah.
some World Cup final vibes
Yeah.
where he just did everything he could, but I know he's about to ball out.
Man, it's
And we know how competitive he is.
Yeah.
So
No, I'll go for PSG as well. I think even Dembele getting a goal against his former club, there's comfort there. But we'll see. We'll see what Barca could do. Who's on their side of the bracket? Like, who would they play next?
Atletico or Dortmund, the last game. For
And so
Wow.
that's one of the things too, is that
Whoever wins this game thinks they're going to the final, for sure.
Which is
That's it.
disrespectful, but
it's very disrespectful. But at the
You
end
should
of the
play
day,
one game at a time. But
at the end of the day, that is
They are. We're not.
what do you mean?
like the mentality switch.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
their
yeah.
mentality is.
But that's
what
also a bigger reason to obviously like motivate the squad, because like if you could get through this Mbappe team, if you could get through this Barca team, the next challenge, not that it'll be easier, but it'll be a different type of challenge.
You
That's
feel
all I'm saying.
prepared.
Yeah, man.
So who y'all got? We're all PSG.
Yeah.
PSG, I think
Okay.
all of us
Rooting
are
for
on
PSG. Barca, do the thing if you're special.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Who's-
Last game, Atletico versus Dortmund.
In
2-1.
Dortmund,
DePaul scores.
Yep.
After our comments.
Yep.
We didn't talk about his gameplay though, but can Dortmund turn it around
Who?
at home? Rodrigo DePaul.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone we talked about scored. It's not funny.
Facts. Yo, the Drake curse. I don't know what that is. The 5-a-side curse, bro.
Yeah.
It's not a curse,
Ah,
it's
no, because
scoring.
we said Harry Kane was gonna.
It's
It's
a
like the
curse on
opposite.
us.
Hey,
It's a curse
five-
on
Maybe.
us.
I said
five-
Harry Kane was gonna score.
Yo,
He got it.
5e blessing, man.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
You heard? But yeah, 2-1. I think they went up 2-0. Then Dortmund scored, brought it closer.
Bro,
they
Dortmund
go
almost
back.
equalized too.
Huh?
Did you see?
Towards the end, they almost equalized.
Bro.
Right? Yeah.
Son headed it, hit the most perfectly central part of where the sanction, like, oh my, 97th minute or whatever. Keeper was not touching that if that had gone in. Then it's 2-2 back at Dortmund.
Yeah.
Oh,
They go back to Signal
That's
Iduna
so
Park.
different.
That's-
The Yellow Wall is called
Yeah.
one of the best fan
That's, I
bases
was
in the
about
world.
to say.
So
That's
Yeah.
one of the things that was a bit alarming for me. Was like, yo, like obviously, was it Metropolitano? Know what I'm saying?
Metropolitano. Yep.
Yeah.
Metropolitano. Know what I'm saying? If you're Atletico, you got to do what you got to do there. Because you're going to the yellow wall now, bro.
Yeah.
They did win, but 2-1 it's tight. One goal, one roast, one Sancho goal.
I
It's,
was gonna say, did y'all see how Sanch played?
He played well. Like I
Yeah,
would say, like it definitely had its spurts, but I will say in the last like month, he's played even against Bayern. He's been like the sense of urgency and directness. Does he beat his man all the time?
that's
No.
what he needs.
Atletico, he was beating his man here and there. Like there was a period of time he was the best player on the match. But one thing about Sancho for me, like he could carry the ball well, he could beat a man, but obviously can't do it himself.
Yeah.
Some players can do it himself. He needs more integration. He builds up play. So I don't know how Dortmund would do, because Atletico also they play the way they play. I want to see Dortmund win though personally to get
Yeah,
ahead of the
I'd
conversation. I have no desire for Atletico.
No one. You know me. Right?
Yeah,
Chris,
bro.
so.
Yeah, for me, it's just better for the Italian coefficient. So
Dortmund. I'm going Dortmund.
Purely.
Everybody going Dortmund?
Why you say that?
because
Spain, if it goes
if
too
Spain
far.
gets knocked out, that's one less
Oh.
Spanish team that can go far.
Mm.
For me though, I think Dortmund is probably the worst place you can go. Out of the remaining teams, that's the worst place to go to have to go get a result at.
Mm.
Over the Bernabeu?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to say, all right.
Yeah,
No,
That's
fair.
fine.
this is the yellow wall, bro.
cool.
Like-
How many Champions Leagues yellow wall?
No, I agree. It's like no, I'm talking about the fans, the actual atmosphere of the
Yeah,
fans, not the
that's fair.
team,
Respect
not like
very-
you're not
yeah.
Okay,
like,
purely fans.
yeah, yeah.
Because I feel like when you add the players and the fans, that's
I
what I
agree,
was
I-
thinking
purely
of. I got
fans,
You. I got
purely
you. That's
fans.
fair.
Yeah, no, it's fair. I don't know.
The
Who-
fans own the club, literally. So
Yes, bro.
Yeah, we talked about the German ownership shit.
like insane investment.
This is nuts, bro.
It's my
But-
money on the field. Out there.
OD. Speaking of Italian teams and that
Yep.
coefficient, though, we move on to the Europa League. All four of the quarterfinal leg ones were played on Thursday, and we'll start with Liverpool getting smacked at Anfield
Yep.
3-0 by Atalanta. How you feeling?
Yeah,
That's good for Serie A, bro.
It's very good for
There's
Serie
no
A.
teams in the Champions League, so
It's very, very good for Serie A. What's interesting to me is that actually, let me check what place Atalanta is in right now. I think okay. So Atalanta's in 6th right now. So that's the 6th place in Serie A beating the 1st place in England. Granted, Liverpool played their B team, or they started their B team, or they started some bench players. But I think that's disrespectful because they played Crystal Palace over the weekend and they didn't rest any players.
that's the title race, though. So
I understand,
Yeah.
but okay, you're in a title race, but you know, as a Europa League quarterfinal, are you trying to win the competition
Yeah,
or
you
not?
should.
Because
Yeah,
if you're not, then okay, understood.
Hmm.
But what shows me that there's still investment in that competition is at halftime he brings on Salah, he brings on everybody. So clearly he
Cuff start shaking a little
clearly
bit.
he underestimated them, which
Yeah.
is a rookie move. And Gasperini, a lot of people may not know the name, but Gasperini is one of the best Italian coaches out there.
Fine.
Like actually. And what bothered me a little bit was kind of the reaction from the British media at that. First of all, calling Atalanta Atlanta everywhere was bothersome.
That's what
Second of all,
English.
Same thing.
English. Second of all, the way that they were kind of viewed as the way that when a club that isn't supposed to beat a Prem club gets spoken about. Oh, this is a crazy comparison, but the way my brother explained it, he
Don't
was
put
like,
it on him, bro. Don't
I mean,
put it on
Yo,
him.
when Seth says this about to be crazy, it's a load of guns.
This is
bro.
what,
You ready
this is
to
what
fire
he
this
said.
shit?
This is what my brother said.
Don't put it on him.
This is what my brother said. He said, it feels like this is how they talk about black people when they speak properly in the office. He was like,
Who's
the
they?
way,
Who's they?
They're
I know
well,
when the
like
way
the
the
well
British
I know
spoken.
pundits-
exactly what you
the
mean.
way the British pundits were speaking about Atlanta, and
I know exactly what
Like,
you mean.
wow, I didn't know they could do that.
yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
also,
yeah.
it was also,
This clip about to be crazy.
this is unbelievable.
It's true.
that
It's true.
It's unbelievable. Like I'm so surprised that they could play this well and really just shoot the ball so properly.
Playing
like,
Serie A, nigga.
This is
Like,
like this is what. And then they were like, "Oh, like I'm not really worried about Liverpool going and playing them." The question immediately was like, "Yeah, but Liverpool can still do it. They're down 3-0
yeah.
and
They
away."
can, though. They
They
can.
did come back
No, I understand,
against
but-
Barca with the 3.
I know what
I
you.
understand,
I know
but,
what
like,
you mean though.
Anyway, it was
It's
a
just
good buzz.
disrespectful.
This is disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, but it just shows that you shouldn't underestimate teams that you're about to play against in Europe ever.
Facts.
Bro, it's 5 really talented top 5 leagues.
I think they're cooked personally.
Yeah, that's how the race is more
I
important.
think it's
bro.
disappointing because obviously you want Klopp. Well, I don't know y'all feelings on.
But
Klopp.
people generally
But for
want
what
Klopp.
he's
Yeah.
done with Liverpool, it would be good to see him go out on top.
What has he done with Liverpool?
Won the fucking the Premier League.
No,
For the
no.
first time in 30 years. in the Champions League.
No. How many trophies? It was what 10 years he was there.
Less.
No,
He didn't-
He's just hating on.
Yeah,
Liverpool,
but he
which is
won. He
fine.
won mad trophies.
Which
Let's
is
say
fine.
maybe at least 7.
Was like top
Oh, if that-
top
Because they
four.
did the domestic treble shit. They won the Prem once.
Alright,
They've
no,
won the
alright.
Champions League. I think
Alright.
5 to 7ish
Came top
trophies.
four, man.
They just won Community Shield, top 4 mad
Like they
times.
become a formidable
Yeah,
part of the Prem again.
yeah.
All I'm saying is
It's a United
2 Champions
fan
League
here.
finals actually.
it was
too.
as a neutral watching that game.
Yeah.
it
Glory,
was
glory, Man
disappointing 'cause
United.
I was like, yo, like you gotta show up for your manager.
Yeah.
Like Diaz was the only one. To me, he's the one that's always putting in a shift regardless.
Yeah, you seen his pops
Like, he
too,
sticks
celebrating in
out.
the stands?
Bro,
His pops is
he be
hilarious.
passing
That's
out, bro.
energy. I love
He
it.
be passing
I
out.
love it.
He be passing out. for
Definitely.
sure.
But yeah, long story short, I thought it was disappointing. I
Yeah.
think Liverpool are cooked.
They probably and they got
In
to go
Europa,
to
in
Bergamo
Europa.
to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Benfica 2-1 Marseille, Milan 0-1 loss to Roma in Milan.
Boring match. Very Italian, very vintage Serie A match. Just
Yeah, it was
scrappy-
really boring.
scrappy.
I
and
didn't even.
boring.
I couldn't even watch it.
Yeah.
I,
Scrappy.
Calcio.
Yeah,
I couldn't
super
even watch
super
it.
vintage calcio. But we'll see. We'll see
tactical.
what happens in Rome. We don't go through. That's our season over. There's nothing really more to watch. So I really hope we win.
Because you're kind of boring in second place, right?
Yeah.
Laugh afters, man.
Isn't Inter like
It's
13
like, yeah,
ahead?
We're not.
Yeah,
catching
Inter is
them.
like cooking
No
everything.
one's catching us, but we're not catching Inter. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Weird second place season.
yeah, I'd really hope we don't lose because I'd like to keep watching Milan games with some sort of interest.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Season is ending soon. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Nah, it's April,
Jesus
bro.
Christ,
Come
bro.
on.
We'll
The
see.
time is killing.
What
me.
I'll say is I'm glad that
Champions
Tammy.
League's in like 6 weeks.
I'm glad Tammy's back.
Okay, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy for him.
De Rossi coaching. This has been really
Yes.
good for him.
Yep.
Italian football icon.
Bro,
now being a
Tammy
young
and
coach.
Lukaku up top is terrifying.
Chelsea runs the world, bro.
Yeah, when they come to Italy.
Yeah.
You
Interesting.
can't stop talking about Chelsea players.
It's because y'all sign and kick people out so fast
Just
that everyone's
saying.
everywhere.
Everyone's a Chelsea
Yeah.
player all of a sudden.
Comes up-
Everyone. We got
comes up- it
Rudiger.
comes up
They
every
got Mount.
episode.
Everyone.
Honestly, if you want to break that down, though, talking about everyone talks about Chelsea players, it's because of Chelsea's like fuck loan system where they touch everybody.
Yeah,
That's fine.
exactly.
That's like I don't usually use these type of like comparisons, but that's like a woman saying they've been with a Nigerian man, bro. They be everywhere.
What?
Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
No.
So women have often been with a Nigerian men because Nigerian men are very
promiscuous.
promiscuous.
You said
and
that.
I said it. Yeah.
You said
As
it.
a
You
Cameroonian,
said
I
that.
said it.
I said
Wait.
they're everywhere.
As
So
a
you're saying
Cameroonian, I said
Chelsea's
it.
a slut, basically?
Didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Your club is promiscuous,
But all I
They are,
said,
though.
is
Promiscuous.
Chelsea
You
has
passing
touched.
niggas around for
bro.
sure.
Everyone is a former. Everyone is a former Chelsea player somehow.
Bro.
Everybody got a Chelsea X. Everybody got a Chelsea
everyone's a
X.
former Chelsea player.
I ain't never seen a 50-man roster on footy, bro.
I'm saying everybody got a Chelsea X. Everybody got a Nigerian X.
The whole Serie A is
Honestly.
full of former Chelsea players. Every time I watch Serie A,
I like
okay,
that.
former Chelsea player.
I
Pass.
lied.
Former Chelsea
I lied.
player.
Footballers, definitely. Yeah.
I lie, bro.
Nah, okay.
I'm
I didn't get
crying,
it
bro.
at first, but you cooked.
For me,
Nah, definitely. I feel what you're saying. That's
Promiscuous club.
definitely promiscuous club.
That's fine.
nah, solid though.
When's
A
the last time you won-
non-promiscuous-
When's the last time your team won the championship?
Yo, this nigga out of nowhere.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
He
wasn't
sounds like a
even a shot.
grenade. That's all he got, bro.
It wasn't a
That's all
shot.
he got. All
Bro,
he
was
got
it
is
Kai?
that, bro.
Was it Kai Havertz that gave him that thing to
Yes.
say? It was
Kai Havertz.
Yeah, we made it through a whole fucking Champions League bracket because of Kai Havertz.
You got the goal. You got the goal in the
Yeah,
final. Was
yeah,
it not
he
Kai?
did.
Havertz?
It did beat City in the foul. It's fire.
Yeah, I'm saying, was it Kai though?
Yeah,
It
he
was,
scored.
it was.
He got around the keeper 1-0.
1v1
Yeah,
situation.
section.
Lastly, though, Leverkusen 2-0 over West Ham. So another Prem team losing, and they're on track for a treble under Xabi Alonso.
Undefeated, right?
It's hilarious.
I
think
believe
so.
they're. I believe
Almost
they're.
on-
I
bro,
believe they're
what?
undefeated.
I hope so. I
A
hope
calm undefeated.
Leverkusen, they're like 16 points clear. Bro, this is a crazy season. Just all hats off to Xabi Alonso, bro.
I would
Madrid's
be-
trying to get him in 2 seasons as well. So
Yeah,
that
so
would be perfect timing.
I wonder what happens. I wonder if they keep the players or not.
Maybe one more year.
They have to, bro.
They don't have to.
After
After
Dortmund
going
won,
undefeated, you
but
gotta
after
still
Dortmund
win
won the
games.
Bundes, usually
I don't want to go undefeated.
when these
again.
random teams, not random, when the non-Bayern Munich teams win the Bundesliga, usually they just get that team just kind of disappears.
Yeah.
But that's
you
because,
get your one season,
Yeah, but that's
and
because
then-
Bayern is always,
buying them.
I
and
can't-
and Bayern is always in an attractive position. You always want to go to Bayern.
yeah,
Bayern is not really.
Can I read off this stat?
yeah.
28 matches played, 24 wins, 4 draws, 0 losses, 69 goals scored, 19 goals against.
Wait, that's all competitions. They've only
In,
played
in the
28 games.
Bundesliga. In the
Oh,
Bundesliga.
Bundesliga.
And they
okay.
haven't
Invincibles,
lost
invincibles. I will say it'd be really
That's-
good to
that's-
see that happen. Like and like that would be such a bonding moment between the players.
Bro,
Yeah.
Such a
friends
moment,
for life.
bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, and then like for fans too. Like I haven't. When's the last invincible shot? It is Arsenal
Yeah.
in all leagues.
But this is out of nowhere. This is amazing to
This
see.
is
bro.
good recruitment. It's good
Yeah,
recruitment.
and he did great building them up last year. But to go from like whatever they were last year to this that fast,
Yeah.
with young players and everything, diverse team, it's fire to see. Bro.
Yeah, bro.
And a young up and coming coach who was an amazing player too,
They're in
World Cup
sixth.
winner,
I don't think
Sixth
niggas.
place last
6th place last year to this. What the fuck?
I don't think niggas are surprised that Xabi Alonso became a
No,
good
of course.
coach.
But this fast,
Yeah,
amazing, bro. Yo, because he's not going to Liverpool next year, which is great to see. He's staying one more season,
yeah,
and so they're saying Ancelotti one more year, then come back to Madrid. That'd be perfect timing.
yeah.
I
I don't know. Is it even worth it? I don't want to get into it too much.
Yeah.
Even just obviously the situation my club's at. If you see somebody doing well at a certain type of club, that doesn't mean necessarily they should go to a club that has a lot of star power and
Yeah.
players.
Yeah,
Like
I think
doing
it
well
was
at
Madrid though.
doing well at Ajax doesn't mean you should go to United.
Javi, he's a former player too. It's like the Zidane vibe. I think he could bring that.
I mean, granted, at the end of the day, he's been in that room, so it's very
Yeah.
different than, like, for instance, Ten Hag. But as
Yeah.
you can see with United, one of the biggest things was the fact that you go to the United, you actually
yeah.
have big names with
Mhm.
egos, and that's what Ten Hag struggled with.
Yeah,
Xavi played at Madrid, which is the difference.
yeah.
You got a bunch of Leon Baileys.
Much of Leon
Hey,
Bailey.
man, bro, ballin'.
Boy. But speaking of the Europa League and some of the English teams being involved there, we have quite the title race in England. 3-horse race. Everybody's very, very close. So I want to check the standings of what exactly it is right now. But we have Arsenal, we have Liverpool, we have Man City. City's going for a 4th straight, which I don't think's ever been done in the Premier League era. We have Liverpool looking to go out on top in Klopp's final season coaching. And then Arsenal looking for their first title, I believe, since 2004, after last year's quote-unquote fumble as well. So I think 7 games left, but who y'all got? And Tottenham plays all of them, which is funny because I think Tottenham's going to play a huge role in the title race,
Just to
as
be-
they always kind of
As
do,
they do.
in a way.
Just to be clear, but they're never a part of it. Anyway, just to be clear, Man City 73 points, 22 games or 32 matches played. Arsenal 71 points, 31 matches played. Liverpool 71 points, also 31 matches.
So if they win the game in hand, they're tied in first and 1 point above City. And I think Arsenal has a tiebreaker over Liverpool right now.
All I know is
I think Arsenal's going to do it.
all I know is Arsenal seeing my club on the 23rd.
That's over for them.
They-
Badman Pama. Yeah.
It's a draw.
Where they
loss for
playing?
them.
You think
Are
so?
they playing at the train station?
Stamford Bridge
It's
does
at
sound like a
it's
train
at the
station.
Emirates. It's at the Emirates. But
Mm,
if it's
it
one
is.
thing that Chelsea will do, fuck up Arsenal day, bro.
Yeah. That's
play.
some good.
If it's
That's
one-
some good London
If
beef
it's
right there.
one thing
Yeah.
that they'll do,
funny,
bro,
son.
with no
Tough
stakes.
schedule.
Tottenham too.
Y'all, tough schedule for Arsenal though.
I thought
it's-
City's was toughest.
Arsenal, Chelsea,
ranking.
Arsenal, Tottenham, Arsenal, United, Arsenal, Everton, Arsenal, United, Arsenal, Liverpool.
United twice?
I guess.
Are you sure it's not?
Oh no! These are summer matches. So it's on my schedule anyway. Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Arsenal, United.
City's
Okay.
schedule is light, bro. They have Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, Fulham, Tottenham, West Ham, and that's it.
Oh, they're through.
They're cooking all those teams except
They are.
maybe West
Tottenham
Ham.
has a crazy record against City, actually. Oof. I just feel like this is going to be Arsenal's season. And I
Yeah.
feel like they're gonna put a they're not gonna win again for a long time, and they're gonna put a narrative on this season the way they did on the 04 season.
Liverpool's schedule is light too. Very
West
light.
Ham, Tottenham, Villa, Wolves. That's
Yeah.
what they got left.
We're gonna see. This is really good
Yeah,
title
me
race,
too.
though. This is great to see.
It's good.
This is a memorable season for
Yep.
a lot of good storyline.
Yep.
This is really cool.
Do we want-
Predictions.
Do you want to? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Predictions quick.
I think City.
it's fair.
That's
Their,
so
their
sad,
schedule's so
bro.
light.
Yes, I think
Tottenham gonna do some
Right.
shit to all those teams.
I think Liverpool will pull it off.
I think Arsenal.
I don't like this conversation.
As
Being a United fan, it's
yeah,
the worst.
It's nasty. Y'all used to be in that shit, bro. That's crazy.
Arsenal, for me, it's Liverpool,
Come on, bro.
City.
Oh lord.
Who do you think?
It's gross. It's very gross.
Nah, it's uncomfortable for me.
Oh, for yeah. As a neutral, this is a great title race. But if
I mean,
those are all your rivals. That's
yeah, yeah.
That's
But I
really
mean,
gross to watch.
at the end of the day, I will say Arsenal will be
Enjoying it,
good.
though.
Arsenal will be good to see, just like as a football fan.
Yeah.
Even Arteta, coming from
Another
Pep and
Spanish
then-
coach.
I agree.
Yeah, like it's.
Come on, we got the best coaches. Speaking of this conversation too, what's
No, you
been
don't.
bubbling up through this season has been Saka versus Foden. Quickly, just y'all view on that debate and who y'all think's more
Who gives a
talented.
fuck? No, I was kidding.
Everyone gives a
I
fuck.
haven't-
What? Niggas be beefing over that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't kept up enough to honestly give.
Well, I think the question is who is the best English player right now? Bellingham, Saka, Foden,
I'll go Jude,
Cole
Foden,
Palmer?
Saka right now.
or Cole Palmer? Sure,
All
we'll throw him in there. We'll throw him in there.
Bro, no. Not we'll throw him in there. Statistically, he's in the conversation.
Only statistically.
Goals and assists?
Only statistically, and he takes penalties.
Okay.
All right, bro.
But he's very good. And I remember though, I kept telling you when they first got him, I said, bro, this kid's
Nah,
gonna be
that's a fact.
fire
That's a
for y'all. He's really
The
talented.
best
I think
British
he's better.
player.
I think he's better than Saka.
The best British player is right now is Kobe Minu.
Cole Palmer's better than Saka.
Why you say his name with a Portuguese accent?
Kobe Minu.
That's how you say it?
It just
Is that how you pronounce it?
It's not Mino.
Look it up.
I'm trusting
It
you
sounded
with the
like he
language,
spun a
bro.
little
I'll try to
Portuguese
use
accent
language.
in there.
Crying.
We'll see.
That was the second.
Well, who do you think's the best English player right now?
Oh, Jude. I would probably say Jude for sure, number
He
one.
has to, bro.
I also think the fact that Jude, day one, had to start off his Real Madrid career as a 20-year-old carrying the team with last-minute goals is something that those two have not done. Like at 20, first time in this team, you instantly have to carry us because everybody's injured and we need last-minute goals. And then now be able to change role a little bit. We're not looking for you for the goals. If they come, they come. The versatility he has in midfield, everything he's doing, how much better dribbler he is than I realized previously, and how good he is in tight spaces has completely wowed me as well. But I do think Foden has been absolutely world-class the second half of the season, and now he's having moments where City's not very good. He's completely carrying them.
I won't lie.
He has the magic spark, and that goal he scored against Madrid, he just hit one recently. I think it was against Villa, like the same sort of thing. He has that game breaker ability right now.
Saying who again? Who?
Foden.
Okay. Were you
Foden.
talking about Foden this whole time? You talking about Jude?
I was saying Jude and then Foden.
Okay.
I'm saying this second half of the season, he's been completely world class.
Yeah.
And then I think what's dumb for England is saying, should it be him or Jude? Play them together at the Euros. Are you crazy? Why would you not play them together? England will not.
System.
Nah, you play both of them and Declan Rice behind. I don't know how that's even a debate, bro.
I understand. I will say one thing that you shouted about.
And Saka's
Jude.
amazing too. He's playing in big moments. I just don't think he's had the carrying big game
One
moments.
thing you have.
Henderson has to start, bro.
One
There's
thing.
no way.
He has to start, bro.
One thing in this conversation that you brought up was the fact that Jude hit the ground running. But I will say, and it's interesting because the team that Foden is on, specifically being Man City, you could argue that you take a player out of Man City, they might do better or they might do worse because Man City is solid enough. But at the same time, I can't see Foden being shit at Madrid.
I could see it.
Depending positionally, I mean, granted, like
He gets washed out.
in terms of what you're saying positionally,
Yeah, positionally and in terms of like
I
the
basically.
ball going to everybody else.
But I'm saying, I mean, granted, obviously, one thing about Jude's integration is the fact that the role that he's playing obviously fits very well.
Yeah.
But I'm basically saying Madrid's setup is such that it could highlight what Foden's already good at. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I think like Foden wouldn't be shit.
No,
at
of course
Madrid.
not. You'd
He
play
wouldn't
him
be
in a
shit.
front three.
He wouldn't
But
be
obviously, if you do it next season with also Mbappe, now the team's a bit fucking it's like a FIFA team. But no, Foden can ball anywhere.
I don't
He's
think
an English player that doesn't look like an English player.
I don't
That's
think
what
Jude
I
would be good at City though.
It's fair.
I
just-
just you to run circles around niggas. But go
I
ahead.
just don't understand why y'all like keeping Cole Palmer out this conversation. Jude Bellingham, 20 goals and assists for Real Madrid. Cole Palmer.
He has more than that.
25 goals and assists for Chelsea.
So it's just,
Yes, yes,
I'll
he
answer your
does.
question. I'll answer your question.
In La Liga,
In La
maybe.
Liga, I'm talking about. Yes, I'm talking about in La Liga and Premier League.
Yeah, I'll answer your question.
We're just gonna ignore that
I got you.
statistic.
I got
What,
you.
and what
I got
place
you.
are both of them in those respects?
It's not even that.
That
It's the
makes
fact
it
that-
even better for Cole Palmer because he's carrying his entire
So it's like
club.
this. It's like this as well.
He's
Carry-
the only reason that we're
And he
even in the
carried
top
them
10.
to first place in the beginning of the season, which is why they're here now. Do you know how many late goal every time? Y'all remember the timeline at the beginning of the season with Jude? A 96 minute, a 96
yes.
minute.
It's also like because Cole Palmer just
The
got
El
here.
Clasico moments? Are you?
It's because Cole Palmer just got here. It's just because Cole
Yeah.
Palmer just got here. Like granted,
Yeah,
Jude.
what do you
Hold on.
mean?
In the sense, this is his first season doing well. Foden's been a star boy for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not
So,
talking about Foden.
no, I said
talking
Cole
about-
Palmer. Cole
I'm
Palmer.
talking about Cole Palmer and Bellingham.
Okay.
But we're saying, I think he's talking about bodies of work in their careers. Not
yeah,
just
Bellingham just
Oh, I'm
because.
talking about this season right
All right,
now.
fair.
Like,
Then this
right
season,
now, who's
yeah.
the better British player?
Yeah.
It's Cole Palmer.
Okay.
You got it.
If
bro.
somebody- if
he
somebody-
said that,
that's
not
fair.
me. I am a Real Madrid
good.
fan with logical sense. Jude Bellingham is a better soccer
So it's
player.
like if
than Cole Palmer.
put a
Ah, that's kind of stinky. Better soccer player, like all around, footwork,
I think-
scoring,
Yes.
assisting.
everything.
yeah, he has to do it for the show. It's a
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
We're on a show.
Yeah, yeah.
But my
Wait,
thing-
are
my
y'all
thing
dead
is-
serious?
Yo, my
You
thing-
watch
nah,
Real
hold
Madrid?
on.
Are we talking about all of Jude Bellingham's tap-ins at the
No.
beginning of the season?
Of course, but hold
Well,
on.
did
I
you
got
see his
you.
goal against-
He's a strong center defensive midfielder, but let's not act
Not
like
even play center defense.
He's playing 10.
Bro.
But hold on. I got you.
Do you see his
My thing is this. This is the
30-yard
only
bomb
question
against
you
El
need.
Clasico?
Bro, this is the only
against Red
question
Barca?
you
we
need.
could,
Gabe.
we could move on.
We can move on a little
Kendrick,
bit.
For
the
time's
only
sake.
question you need is if somebody, this is for the clips, yeah. Somebody put a gun to your head and say you need a footballer who will do well on the pitch to save your life.
It's Cole Palmer.
You got it, bro.
It's for the clips.
You got it, bro.
Yeah.
You got it. Cole Palmer. Breaking news. Better than you.
Y'all don't watch Chelsea, so I understand the ignorance.
I hype up Cole Palmer, bro. But he's not better than Jude.
Okay.
Like, that's just an insane thing. You think Cole Palmer could have done what
Look at
Jude
the-
did
look
to
at-
start
look
the
at the
season?
stats,
Bro,
bro.
he said Cole Palmer could save his life.
Yeah, I guess so.
Gun to his head, Cole Palmer.
Imagine Cole Palmer scoring fucking a record start for Real Madrid with Ronaldo's stats. Get the fuck
Gun
out
to his head, Cole Palmer.
The boy don't even play UCL ball.
You see the jacket he's wearing, bro. True and true.
Definitely.
He bleeds
keep
blue.
going.
He bleeds blue.
I do want to do a quick, speaking of La Liga though, quick shout out to Athletic Bilbao, who just won the Copa del Rey, led by the brothers Nico and Iñaki Williams. To be on the same team, playing that well, having that much fun, winning trophies, on the same club team, I can't think of a better brother duo than them that I've watched with my own eyes.
Hey, man.
So within at least the last 20-ish years, on the same team, balling out year after year,
Yep.
can y'all think of another duo?
Hey, man. I think they're what?
Brother duo.
They're 8 years apart. Shout out Ghana for
Yeah.
Free the Youth.
Yeah.
Free the Youth, man. I don't know another duo. I mean, we'll
'Cause
see
the
how
Ice Brothers,
Jude.
They didn't play together, did they?
I mean, on the national team.
But on club, I'm saying.
No.
I've never seen this in club like this, bro.
We'll
It's
see.
fire to see.
We'll see.
The other thing to highlight for their club is that they did it with just Basque players, which
Yep.
I know everyone, I think that's now well known in
Yeah,
football
now
knowledge. But
yeah.
Athletic Club is a club that only plays players from their region. So that's as if you're a club from a specific region in the U.S. and all your players on your football team or on your basketball team are literally from that region. So like that's even more impressive.
It's a different culture.
Yeah.
I mean, KD played
Uniting
for
culture. Yeah.
KD played for the Wizards.
It's just green
If you
chem.
did,
Yeah.
Green chem. Everybody has chemistry.
Yeah.
But speaking
for sure.
of accomplishments,
Yeah.
speaking of great accomplishments,
Okay.
the Women's Champions League
yeah.
is returning
In the
this
semis,
week.
for sure.
We have the semifinals coming up. My team Chelsea is going at it again with Barcelona in the semis for the second year in a row.
Back to back.
Very exciting matchup. And another storyline, we have Katarina coming back, who's also just won the She Believes Cup
Mhm.
with the U.S. Women's National Team.
Facts.
Personally, I'm fearful of
It's
Barcelona.
overthinking.
Chelsea's like one of those teams, like we kind of talked about in the UCL, when you're a team and you're in a situation where you're fighting to win the league and fighting to win the Champions League at the same time. Chelsea's in second place right behind City right now, fighting for that first spot.
Mhm.
So it's kind of a weird time where your players have to fight for both at the same time. And we know Barcelona is a very formidable team. They went 50-0 at one point last
Yeah.
season.
It's crazy.
So it's gonna be tough, but Emma Hayes
Yeah.
can never doubt her, bro.
Oh, yo.
you can
Soon
never
to be the U.S. Women's National Team
bro,
coach,
you
so
can
she's
never
trying to
bet
go out,
against her.
blaze the glory, trying to go out with glory.
Y'all
Last
still
season in
don't.
Chelsea.
Y'all
First
still don't
match
have
in Spain,
Kerr.
though.
Y'all still don't have
I
Kerr.
don't think so. I think
Word.
she's still out.
Katarina got it though up there, and Lauren James is Lauren James.
You're saying something, so
I was just saying the first match is in Barca.
Yeah. I think Barca women and the Spanish women's national team is going through what Barca men and the Spanish men's went through in like the mid 2010s, that 2008 to 2012 run. So I just think I foresee Barcelona women winning the Champions League again. Spanish women just won the World Cup, and I have the Spanish women also winning the Olympics this summer. For those who don't know, the women's Olympics
where are you
footy
from?
is treated. I'm Spanish and American. The women's Olympics is treated almost to the level of the World Cup in terms of competitiveness, bringing your best team. It really is seen as like another huge international trophy, which is different than the men's Olympics footy because there's an age restriction. I believe you can only have three players over the age of 25, is it? So it's a little bit more of a youth tournament.
Fact.
If you remember the big moment when Neymar scored the game-winning penalty at the Brazil Olympics, right? Rio for Brazil. So for those who don't know, women's Olympics footy is almost like another World Cup. Smaller, only 3 groups. But I think,
That's
back
what
to the
Seb was
point,
saying
I see
about
Barca
Uruguay.
winning and I see Spanish women taking that. So,
My bad.
yeah.
That's what Seb was saying about Uruguay.
How do y'all feel
Oh,
about
yeah,
Olympics.
How do y'all feel about that Leon PSG matchup?
I mean, it's a great one. I won't lie. Lyon, PSG for women's football, they're always 2 strong teams. Even the styles of play that they have, it's always an exciting matchup. We'll see who win this time. They'll be going back and forth a bit.
An American on both of the teams. So representing the U.S. women's national team, we have Lindsey Horan on Olympique Lyonnais.
Big baller.
And then we have Torben Albert, I believe is her name. I want to make sure. Corbin Albert, excuse me, on PSG. So we will have an American in the Champions League final, which is always good to see as well. And yeah, they just seem to always be running into each other. Both obviously they play in the same league, but now again in the Champions League. Definitely that battle of France. But PSG is now at the point where they're getting closer to their level because before OL used to just completely wash everyone in Europe. It wasn't close.
Yeah.
So let's see if PSG can finally do it. I hope they do. I think it's better for French women's football if they do.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting because they're starting to create like football heritage moments in women's football as well.
Yeah.
Like a PSG Lyon semifinal match, like, is something that I'm beginning to recognize in women's football.
Yeah.
As a almost like a staple of that part of the sport, which is really good because it allows for lore and for history and for rivalries to really gain traction. So yeah, it's just a good thing.
All women's sport has ever needed is time and investment.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
really all it is.
Exactly.
You're seeing that now in other sports like college women's basketball, which destroyed the men's tournament. Financially, excitement, TV ratings, everything. They just need time because you need time to build the storylines, build the characters, build the history.
You just need characters and
But
storylines. Yeah.
it's
I would say it's also interesting to see because one side of the table is the top team in Spain, and the top team in England from the last season.
Yep.
And then the other side of the table are 2 French. So it also shows the dynamics within Europe at the point. But like I said, it'll be really good to see PSG. And nobody should be surprised that there's an American in the final as well.
Yeah,
You know,
always.
our girls have always been quality on the pitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
One last thing I want to shout out within the women's football space is Kansas City Current. So the NWSL has been at it for a few weeks now, but they now have their own women's soccer specific stadium, the first in the country, which I think is just an amazing thing to have because we've literally never seen that sort of presence. So for the women's team in that city to have their own stadium separate from the MLS side of Sporting KC is just a beautiful thing for the progression of the sport and something that we hopefully just keep on getting to see more. Because I feel like that just brings a different energy and passion and vibe to the fan base. It's a different level of like professionalism for those women too.
Yes.
Extra like ownership over your career. Like this is our stadium, our facilities,
Yep.
tailored for women's football, which has specific needs. For instance, women are more likely to tear ACLs. That's something there's a lot of research going on now to even try to progress. So that's a really cool thing to see, and hopefully over time there'll be more and more investment where that can become a possibility for everybody.
Another shout out. Another quick shout out. I'm saying for those who follow women's football, especially in the U.S., NWSL was actually, founded in 2012, not too long ago. But Houston Dash just celebrated their 10-year anniversary. So shout out players over there, players that we know, Donez, Diana, Michelle,
For sure.
Maria, the whole lot. And so it's really good to see them just recognizing just to build upon that.
Yep.
They got fire kids. We talked about the kids recently with their orange.
Best dressed team in the league.
Hey,
One of them.
One of them.
One of
And the photographer be's doing it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so shout out to them.
Yep. Then lastly, the U.S. Women's National Team has just won the 4th She Believes Cup. They've won all 4 of them, and they set a record for highest women's football crowd at a friendly match where they had 50,644 people there, and that's the largest for any match that they've had since the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup final.
Damn.
So showing out like that for a friendly tournament, That's fire. That's support. That's passion. So,
Tuned in, bro.
like Jaden Shaw said, like gold might be my color. She winning a lot of trophies already.
Hey, man, that's
So,
a baller right
yeah,
there.
no doubt.
You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying? Bringing it from the west back to the east, though. Tomorrow we about to have 70-degree weather, and we about to have a ring ceremony for Gotham FC.
Like
I'm
Angel Reese
saying.
did.
I mean,
Give me that.
shout out New York, shout out Gotham FC. It's been great to follow this club throughout the last few years, and last year they were able to win the championship for the NWSL.
Last the first.
You know what I'm saying? And
Crazy.
so I don't know, how does it feel to be able to go to the NWSL winners crib and see their home opener?
That's exciting, bro. And again, last to first, like the come up is just crazy. Remember that down season. So to see them rise back up like that, to be able to witness it pitch side, I cannot wait.
Bro,
Photos will be sent.
The craziest thing to me though is like talking about their come up and everything. They just got even stronger.
Yeah.
Dunn, Roosevelt, like all the pickups that they got from this
Yeah.
past summer.
Yeah.
It's like we watched them come up,
Yeah.
we watched them win the title. We're about to go see their ring ceremony, and then we're about to watch them cook for a whole other season. So I think it's a good time to.
Did they get
like,
Emily Sonnet too? I think one more U.S. women's
they
national.
got a lot of
The World Cup winner from Spain who
Yeah,
came
I think
mid-season,
so,
who
yeah.
turned that shit. I came with a World Cup ring. Let's get this. So I need another one. So that's fire. It's really good to see, bro.
Bro, it's gonna be it's the first time ever, so we'll see how they do
Yeah,
it. We'll be live pitch side, so catch us there if you'll be there.
absolutely. Story of the week, Kendrick. You got
story of the week,
Oh, I
man.
cannot wait.
Let's hear it.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this. I'm sure you have. But the Saudi League Cup final was moved to Abu Dhabi, I believe, and Al Ittihad lost to Al Hilal 2-1.
Okay.
Post match, there was a player by the name of Mohammed bin. Oh, wrong name. Okay, I lost his name.
Yeah,
Wait,
no
let me
worries.
find
Find
it. Let me find it.
Yeah.
Okay, post match.
The first name is killing me.
Because the name was hard to say. The name was hard to say.
You got it.
Post match,
Had to.
a player by the name of Abdurzak Hamdallah from Al Ittihad, who is also a Moroccan national team player, was with them at the World Cup.
Yeah.
He had a confrontation with a fan in the crowd where he like splashed water on the fan. I guess like after they lost, the fan was upset. The fan proceeded to take out a whip
Oh shit.
It's a
and
fact.
lash him.
Was it a fan?
It was a fan. It was a
I th-
spectator.
I thought that guy didn't he have there was no like
You saying like security? How you not catch the whip?
no. I'm saying that like was he not somebody?
What do you mean?
Like
Like
he-
a known figure?
yeah.
I don't. It hasn't been like put out to the public of who he was. If he was a known figure, look it up. Look it up. But so we're gonna put the clip here.
Fans are too- yo,
We're
what's
gonna
wrong
put the
with
clip
y'all?
here.
Are we?
He threw a water bottle. The guy, it's been everywhere. He took out a whip, lashed him. The first one missed him. The second one got him, and then security kind of got on it and was like breaking him up. But that video astounded me so much that I was like, nah, I have to look into this. 'Cause I
Yeah.
was like, my first question
Yeah.
was, how did they let a whip into a
They
stadium?
didn't pat him down.
And so
And it was like a whip, like a
bro,
wow.
it was a
No, definitely
it was a
a whip.
legitimate whip. So I actually looked it up.
Where you get a whip from?
And the rules of the stadium ban any type of things that
Of
can be used
course.
as a weapon: canes, poles, utensils,
Whips.
bottles, hazardous materials.
Swords.
And so, yeah, I was just confused. But then after seeing that the rules stadium prevent weapons, I was still curious because I was like,
I
okay,
get a whipping,
they-
bro.
so I was like,
that was.
I was like, they prevent weapons, but why does this man have a whip in the first place? So then
Yeah.
I was like, continuing to look up like whips,
Yeah.
UAE, like what are they used for?
Yeah.
And then I discovered that in 2022, the UAE Penal Code.
Penal code? No.
Why-
Let me get through
what's so
this. Let me
funny?
get through
I'm
this.
just asking.
Legal, paralegal.
Let me get through this. Let me get through
Yeah,
this.
please.
In 2020, the UAE Penal Code outlawed the use of whips because flogging is a thing that
Yeah.
took place.
Yeah.
But even though whips are outlawed by like the penal code, there's a thing called what's it called?
Sharia law?
Sharia law.
Yeah.
Sharia law is basically the law that governs relations between like families, loved ones, etc. And so despite the fact that whips are outlawed through the penal code,
Yeah.
it's still like a part of Sharia law. And so I don't know. It was just crazy to me because I was like, first of all, how did a fan get a whip into the stadium?
Yeah.
Why is the fan whipping a player? And why does
You
this
have
player-
a whip.
And why does this
period.
person have a whip? But then I found out that flogging is still a thing that occurs. Like,
So you just whipping the fan, allegedly? Damn.
No, it wasn't whipping the fan. What do you mean?
The player.
Whipping the fan. Like he has a whip. Like
Oh,
he
yeah,
generally
yeah.
has a whip. I don't know. Or did he get it
it's-
for that
it's
nigga?
supposed to be used for the sake of like certain like obviously punishments.
Yeah.
But I was just like, why does bro have a whip? But
That's
it's
insane.
still a thing.
That's insane. Yeah, you don't be whipping players. Don't whip anyone, please.
So yeah,
but
that's
don't whip players. as
that's the
well.
story of the day. We got professional players out here getting whipped by fans.
Yeah, that's a bit nuts. That's a bit nuts.
I mean, football passion be too much. Akasa be too
Yeah.
much.
I mean, bringing that back, you guys want to talk about what's going on in Turkey?
Yeah.
Same same vibe.
Yeah, similar vibe. So, Fenerbahce played. Let me get this right. Yeah, but the whip is crazy. It might be a cultural thing. Also, like the reason why it was brought in was because it's like
It has to be.
it's
a
like used
cultural
maybe
thing.
like as a cultural like garment or like some sort of like like accessory. Like no one's like, oh, he's not actually gonna use this whip. It's an accessory.
No, I don't think personally. If you like my
That's
theory,
not a thing, bro.
my theory was that like it has to be some level of like normalization.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
like I use this to like
But
punish certain people in certain.
we're talking about the
situations.
Saudi Cup, right? They do
Huh?
a lot of ceremonies with swords
Yeah,
for celebrations and all these sorts of things. That does not mean you get to bring a sword into the stadium. That's extremely dangerous.
yeah. It's definitely just like
Yeah, right. Americans, we use guns for some shit. We celebration. I don't fucking know, but you can't just bring it to the stadium. So, because you don't see swords at Saudi games, even though I've seen that as part of a celebration.
Gotta
how they
look at
welcome
the
PJ Saudi
contract
country.
after that one.
Yeah, that's
Gotta look at the
nuts.
contract, read the fine print, see what's
Fine
allowed.
print whips allowed.
So what happened in Turkey 4 weeks ago was that in a Turkish league match between Fenerbahce and Trabzonspor, Trabzonspor players attacked Fenerbahce players on the field. So since then, there's been a lot of drama in the Turkish league. Fenerbahce felt extremely unprotected by the league itself, so they actually all the fans met, filled the stadium, and took a vote on whether or not Fenerbahce was going to leave the Turkish league. They actually made calls to various other leagues to understand if they were going to be accepted in the Serie A, in the Greek league, in the Portuguese league. So that was honestly being considered. It was voted by the stadium. We'll put the photo here of all the fans in the stadium voting.
Yeah, you niggas going to Portugal? You know crazy? I'm in Turkey. I gotta go. Fuck out of here.
Following this, still in protest, last week, the Turkish Super Cup final was played between Fenerbahce and Galatasaray.
I heard about this. Yeah.
Fenerbahce organized a protest in which they fielded their U19 players. But before the protest could properly sort of take place, Galatasaray scored a goal. Icardi scores a goal with like a minute into the game. Fenerbahce pulls their players off and they walk off the field. Galatasaray celebrates their victory,
And they play
and Fenerbahce and Galatasaray ends up playing like a friendly
exhibition
match
for the fans. Yeah.
just because they wanted to at least give their fans something to watch. But how do y'all feel about a club wanting to leave a league in protest because they feel like their players and they themselves are receiving unfair treatment from the league?
I mean, it's levels to unfair treatment. Not
Yeah.
only were they like in a fight.
Yep.
But like the entire stadium
Yes,
was
the
like
Yeah.
on the field.
Yes.
There's a
Yeah.
picture of a player. I mean, there's a picture of a fan
Yeah.
who grabbed the corner flag. If you know anything
Yeah.
about soccer, you know the end of the
Spike
corner
sharp.
I
flag
used to have to put him in the
is a
yeah.
spike, and he's literally charging at players like this, like he's about to
Boy in the
impale
Civil
them.
War.
Like he's about to
trench
impale
warfare.
them with the corner flag. So it's like,
Nah, bro.
bro, after that, I'm like, I actually don't feel comfortable playing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not safe. And shout out to Mishi Batshuayi.
Yeah, I was just about to say he
There's
was there.
footage of him hitting a 360 karate kick on,
Yeah,
on a
that was
fan
unbelievable, bro.
on the pitch.
My brother doing his Muay Thai.
Bro,
What?
he's on.
We are not condoning violence.
We're not condoning
Nah,
violence.
facts. I don't
But
think
protect
anybody
yourself.
should be hurt.
Stay dangerous, nigga.
Shout out to Batshuayi.
Yeah. Nah, that was crazy,
Another
bro.
former Chelsea player.
So to your point,
Exactly.
I feel like that's a little bit of like, nah, Turkish league, you need to fix your league if these things are happening.
Yep.
It's not just they got mistreated, let's leave the league, and then nah, you need to fix what's in there, right? Like that's how I see it. It needs to be a league-wide thing. It's not about Fenerbahce. There's a lot of issues with that, bro. Like that cannot happen. That's a league-wide issue, and it's not the first time fans have taken things too far out there.
Yeah.
So I think they need to address it internally. Fenerbahce should still be in the league, and you should clean it up for everyone.
And
Period.
didn't one of the referees get stomped out at the end of
Yeah.
the match recently
Yes,
too?
yeah.
Bro,
so
this
the
is a league
referees,
thing,
the referees
like-
aren't safe either. Like
Yeah.
everybody's getting bun.
It's not enough to have like the crazy thing happen. Now they just leave the league. You're not addressing what's actually going on. You need to clean up what's going on in the league. bro.
Everybody get bruck.
Yeah. Fun fact: Paulie's little brother is plays in the Turkish league.
Oh shit.
Paulie from
Really?
yeah, his little brother went from MLS next to that. He plays in the Turkish league.
He's a
like
baller.
17.
He's a baller.
First league too, like that same league.
I hope he's alright.
Yeah, he's all right. apparently.
Safety to him.
Yeah. All right, yeah, that was another crazy story. Another crazy episode of Five Aside, all the way to 54.
Audio experience.
Audio experience, visual experience. Appreciate y'all for the love and the support and the hate. We appreciate that too. And we will address the hate next time. But we got a great comparison coming. Copa's gonna be fun.
It will.
Peace,
Copa's
y'all.
gonna be fun for real.
Fun as fuck. Peace, y'all. Love.